Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Coffee and Crypto. My name's Don. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching today's video. If you are watching it live, good morning. I hope you all have your coffee and are ready to get through today's episode. Yet again, another jam-packed episode of news to get through and some updates in general. So, first things first, let's look at the top 10 in the crypto charts. It's been a bit of, nothingness, shall we say, the past 3 or 4 days. But let me cover off the prices anyway and give you all an update with what's going on. So, first things first, Bitcoin's currently sitting at $29,356. Ethereum at $1,866. We then have BNB at $243. XRP is currently sitting at just above 70 cents. We then have Dogecoin at 0.079, Cardano at 31 cents, Solana at $24, and then finally Tron at 0.078. That sounded like I read more than 10, but no, I think I got all of them. I mean, technically, I don't cover USDT and USDC, so I guess it is less than 10 each time. But anyway, like I said, there's really nothing happened the past 4 days in crypto, and the top 10 quite clearly shows you that. So 24-hour kind of movement in Bitcoin, 0.2%, Ethereum, 0.4%. It's literally nothing is moving. Although we do have the monthly close tonight, so that will be an interesting one. So I expect there to be full of volatility throughout today, and especially as we go into the monthly close tonight. So didn't see much last night for the weekly close. However, I do expect to see something ahead of the monthly close tonight. So let's see how it goes. It's been quite a good month, I would say, for crypto, and I'm excited to see what things look like tonight. Okay, cool. So first things first, let's look at some news. First of all, coming from our friends at Coinbase and our very, very special friend, Gary Gensler. Now, this has come out recently from Brian Armstrong, so obviously the CEO of Coinbase. We all know him by now. So apparently then, the crypto exchange Coinbase was told by the SEC to delist all cryptos on its platform except from Bitcoin. Very interesting. Now, on a July 31st interview, which was today obviously, Armstrong revealed that the US SEC wanted the exchange to delist almost 250 tokens on its platform prior to it filing a lawsuit against the exchange. Very, very interesting. Now, at the time, the SEC reportedly said it believes every asset other than Bitcoin is a security. We said, well, how are you coming to that conclusion? Because that's not our interpretation of the law. So obviously this is dating back before Ripple and XRP was deemed not a security. So technically, what the SEC wanted was, or what would have happened was, every single project that Coinbase lists, apart from Bitcoin and XRP, technically, should have been delisted from Coinbase. Very interesting. So he recounted that the regulator said, we are not going to explain to you. You need to delist every asset other than Bitcoin. Now, in a similar view held by Gary Gensler, who claimed in February in the New York Magazine that everything other than Bitcoin is a security under the agency's remit. So again, I won't focus too much time and energy on this, but I just think it's funny that obviously we all know Gary Gensler's kind of fighting a bit of a losing battle. He's already been proven wrong with Ripple XRP, and well as with the Binance and Coinbase lawsuit that he kind of spoke about. It's funny how we haven't heard anything else since then, if any of you noticed that. June 5th and June 6th, we heard obviously each of those exchanges being sued or having a lawsuit put against them by the SEC. Since then, Coin, which is the stock of Coinbase, has done nothing but go up in price, and Binance has done nothing but continue to be the mammoth of an exchange that it is. And we haven't really heard, like I said, much more news regarding that lawsuit, which, I mean, there's been bits and bobs, don't get me wrong, there's been bits here and there coming out from a guy called Paul Grewal, who is essentially kind of one of the main guys at Coinbase, one of the main legal guys at Coinbase. He's been mentioning a few things going back and forward, but it's the same, that the reason I haven't really touched on much of it is it's because it's the same things that have been going on, same things that they have been asking for months anyway. So it's kind of like repetitive old news to an extent. But yeah, anyway, like I was saying, this news article was saying that Gary Gensler apparently is trying to I guess he's trying to like scaremonger Coinbase into delisting coins, which would then cause a massive sell-off in crypto. Because obviously we know Coinbase is one of like the main kind of exchanges in the world. It's the biggest in the US. If that was to delist 250 coins, like, I don't need to tell you what that would do to the people's like mindsets in the market. I mean, 12 coins got delisted recently and people started freaking out and selling some of them. Can you imagine 250 coins getting delisted all at once? Because Gary Gensler, this idiot, doesn't actually know what he's doing. He's just trying to scaremonger. He's trying to ruin crypto. How can he do that? Let's threaten Coinbase, the largest exchange, and threaten them and say you need to remove every single asset that you list. Come on, man. It's ridiculous. And fair play to Brian Armstrong for clearly not following the guidance that he was advised to do by the SEC, because it's just nonsense. But it just goes to show you that the government are not out to help crypto. Well, some of them are. Gary Gensler's not. He is, he's an anomaly. Is that the word I'm looking for? I don't know what his beef is with the crypto industry and what he's trying to prove. He's not very good at it because he's, losing battles. But yeah, anyway, that's all I wanted to say on that. Just so you knew, this was happening in the background and we almost got 250 coins delisted at the one time from Coinbase, which would have caused absolute uproar in the market. But luckily, they didn't do it. They didn't listen to Gary Gensler and his cronies. So it's actually a good thing. Anyway, typical Gary Gensler. Okay, moving on then to an update from some ETF stuff then. So I haven't spoken about ETFs in about a week. Not like me. But Grayscale urges the SEC to approve all Bitcoin ETFs simultaneously. Interesting. I don't know if that will happen, but I'll read on and I'll confirm kind of what my thoughts are. But so we all know crypto fund manager then Grayscale is urging that the SEC is to approve all proposed Bitcoin ETFs at the same time to avoid one having an advantage. Now, on July 27th, so a few days ago now, Grayscale Chief Legal Officer Craig Salm said that Grayscale's legal team submitted a letter regarding the 8 spot Bitcoin ETF filings, including its own, arguing that the SEC shouldn't pick winners and losers and instead make a fair and orderly decision. Well, we all know that's not how the SEC work, so I'm not sure they'll follow what this letter has been asking. Anyway, so Grayscale added that a recent surveillance sharing agreement, so an SSA, I've spoken with them a few times actually, regarding the Coinbase ETF, the ETFs that have been approved by Coinbase to kind of use as the main exchange. Again, go back a few videos, I spoke about SSAs. And that the spot ETF providers are not a new idea and claimed they would not meet the SEC standards, apparently. Now, the ETF filings from Invesco, BlackRock, Valkyrie, VanEck, WisdomTree, Fidelity, and ARK Invest were recently updated to include SSAs with Coinbase. Now, again, I think Deck actually covered it as well, and Mark, on a few kind of members' live streams and stuff, and I've spoken about it on here, but it's so funny that the SEC, the big bad SEC, came against crypto, the big bad player of crypto, whatever they call it, saying that we're going to sue Coinbase for whatever reason, securities, blah, blah, blah. But the SEC are the people who let Coinbase go public on the S&P or the kind of index last year. So on the NASDAQ, that's the word I'm looking for. So Coinbase are a publicly traded company. A crypto exchange is a publicly traded company in America. The SEC approved that. 12 months later, they then sued them because of, not doing what they were supposed to do, apparently, which is, again, fugazi. And then the ETFs, so we had 7 or 8 ETFs put through, but none of them had SSAs with an exchange, and the SEC says, nope, we're not doing anything with these ETFs. We need to see an exchange kind of tied to the ETF to be the provider of the liquidity and the Bitcoin or whatever. So everyone has went, okay, cool, that's fine. We'll sign an SSA with Coinbase. And the SEC are like, okay, cool, no worries, that's fine. So the SEC are they pro Coinbase and pro crypto, or are they against both of them? It's so confusing because In one article, you see that they're suing them, they're against them, whatever. The other article, they're going public, they're approving all their needs. The other article, they're saying, oh, no ETFs. No, we can't do ETFs. It's not right. And then the other article, oh yeah, that's cool. Article, we have approved the Coinbase to be the main kind of provider of the Bitcoin. It's like, what? Like, it's so hard to keep up to date with actually what's going on day in, day out. But anyway, you all know my opinion on ETFs. I do believe they will come, but I don't think they'll come until kind of early next year. And it will be all timed with how the charts are performing and how the charts will behave throughout the next 6 to 12 months, i.e. with the Bitcoin halving, with a bit of FUD over the kind of Christmas and kind of New Year period. It's usually quite a strong period for crypto, but there's always a bit of FUD tied around to it as well as a pre-dump for the halving, which may come in kind of early next year, which I believe is when we will start to see the ETF news come out, whether it's approvals or whatever. So we might see a bit of a sell the rumour. No. Yeah, buy the rumour, sell the news. That's the saying. So I do believe we will see a bit of a buy the rumour, sell the news event come throughout the next kind of 6 to 12 months regarding the ETFs, which, if you're an investor or you're a trader, that's not actually a bad thing because, well, buy the rumour, sell the news means that prices go up before they go down. And, well, as long as you know that is what happens, then there's ways for you to benefit from it. And it's exactly what I plan to do. So, yeah. Anyway, that's the update on ETFs. Like I said, it says here, Coinbase, again, just to kind of reiterate for past videos, Coinbase would share information on its trading books and other information so the SEC can monitor any potential market manipulation or irregular trading activity. And basically all that is to back up the fact that they're going to be the provider of liquidity in Bitcoin, like I've mentioned. They will allow the SEC to kind of make sure that there's no funny business happening behind the scenes. And that's what all of these ETFs need to get the approval. To say, look, come and look at the blockchain. We don't mind. Look, it's open. It's free for you to use. And that's essentially what the SSAs were needed for, basically. Anyway, next article. Binance are to offer crypto broker deal services in Dubai with a new service. Now, why is this important? Well, Dubai, we all know, is a hub for crypto and a hub for technology of the future and financial tech especially. So I wanted to kind of briefly touch on this to show you that, one, as I mentioned, Binance got sued by the SEC, yet it's still continuing to progress throughout the world because it's not just America that matters. The whole crypto space is worldwide, so yeah. Anyway, so Binance's Dubai-based subsidiary, it's called Binance FZE, has obtained the operational minimal viable product, which is the MVP, also known as most valuable player, I believe, license in Dubai's virtual asset regulatory authority called the VARA. So many big fancy words. I'm glad they have these little kind of 3 or 4 letters to kind of help out. It was announced today. So the new license officially allows Binance to operate 2 activities, including cryptocurrency exchange services and virtual asset broker-dealer services, which is very important for the future of crypto. Now, the services enabled by the license are currently limited to the institutional and qualified retail investors in Dubai. That Binance obviously has made that very, very clear. It's not for everyone. Eligible investors in Dubai will now be able to access authorized services like crypto to fiat exchange, compliant with the Intergovernmental, that's a big word, Financial Action Task, also known as the FATF. The FATF, interesting, FATF. So institutions and residents that qualify to use the services provided by the operational MVP license in Dubai can do so knowing they're under investor protection and market assurance standards tailored specifically for the virtual asset sector. So essentially, why this is so important is it kind of helps people who are potentially on the fence that don't like to go through an unregulated kind of exchange to buy crypto or invest in crypto. There is people out there that are just degenerate and don't mind investing here, there, everywhere. But there is some people who would prefer to kind of know that they're covered, or it's a bit more kind of, there's less risk or whatever it may be. And this is essentially what this wing of Binance are doing in Dubai. So that's why I believe it's big news. And to quote here then, Binance's head of regional markets, it says, our priority is to be able to operate this first fully regulated exchange in and from Dubai in a FATF compliant ecosystem. setting the stage for global scalability with uncompromised user assurance. So again, as I mentioned, there's big reasons behind that and big needs for this as well, for more money to flow into the market. So yeah, that's why it is so important. Anyway, before I move on to the next article, I'm going to get some of my Prime. This is not sponsored by Prime, although we are in talks with Logan Paul to potentially have a Prime sponsored coffee and crypto. So I'll let you know how that goes. That was obviously a lie, by the way, for anyone thinking that would ever be a thing. Next then is a little bit of news from the XRPL. So we don't talk about this enough, I don't feel. The XRP ledger. So we did speak about it a while ago because obviously XRP is our love, but the XRP ledger is smoother, faster, cheaper, and easier to run than most ledgers in general. Now, Ethereum is kind of like the backbone of the NFT market. However, XRP do have the use case, or the XRP ledger, has the use case for NFTs as well. And this is just a bit of news I wanted to share with you, whether you're a fan or not. It's not going to change any price of XRP, but again, it just goes to show you that things are moving in the background, not just the price. All right, so Ducati partners with Ripple-founded XRP ledger for its first NFT collection. Now, NFTs are pretty much dead and gone. We know that, right? We covered it back in 2021. We were very much against the hype of NFTs. Now, we have seen it spring up the past, I definitely have, the past 2 weeks or so. A lot of Instagram pages, not crypto Instagram pages, but just random crypto pages. No, I literally just said it's not crypto pages. Random Instagram pages that I follow, like news pages, are starting to, for whatever reason, talk about NFTs again. It's very strange. But they're talking about them, how that Logan Paul paid $700,000 for this NFT and it's now worth $1,000. Or Jack Dorsey sold this tweet for $3 million. It's now worth $50. Like, that tends to be the news that I'm seeing now. But nonetheless, we are seeing NFTs float around again for whatever reason. But yeah, anyway, like I said, this isn't going to help the price of XRP that much. You might not care about Ducati either, the motorbike brand. But look, it's cool. I wanted to bring it to you for a quick bit of news to show you that there's more that goes on in the background than you probably think or know. So I wanted to make you aware. So Italian motorcycle manufacturer Ducati has partnered with the XRP ledger to enter the Web3 space. So obviously Web3 is really, really important. The main goal is to launch its first ever digital collectible, which is a video sequence of all Ducati logos that have appeared on tanks of motorbikes since 1946. Pretty interesting if you care so much about motorbikes. Now, the first release is essentially a gift to Ducati fans as it pivots into Web3 world and is scheduled to be launched on the 26th of July, so it's already obviously live. Users are required to sign up within 7 days to get the NFT drop. Now, why also this is quite important, right? And again, maybe you're not thinking too much about this. You're thinking, oh, Don, why are you talking about NFTs? Why are you talking about motorbikes? I don't care. It's Monday morning. Like, how much and when is XRP going to go? But the other kind of point I wanted to make regarding this, other than the XRP ledger, is when you think of Ducati owners, I mean, don't get me wrong, maybe you don't think about them. I don't know if you do. I pass a Ducati dealer every single morning, so maybe that's why it's maybe hit a bit home for me, maybe why I'm kind of connected to this article. But I like motorcycles as well, and I like Ducatis. However, you tend to see a bit of an older audience that own them, or a particular type of owner that would have a Ducati, because they are quite expensive. They're an Italian brand, so it's similar to like the Ferrari and Lamborghini, where it's very passionate about the brand. Again, I'm kind of going off on one here and sound like a proper geek, right? But hear me out. The reason I think this is important is because, like I said, the type of clientele that's buying a Ducati is either an older man or an older lady, potentially, but they tend to be maybe that little bit more caring in terms of how they spend their money, or they have a collection of them because they are a bit more expensive. Ducatis are quite more expensive and quite niche. So the point I'm trying to make here is, for anyone who doesn't care about crypto and NFTs, but they care about Ducatis, and maybe they do care about the future because maybe they're an investor in tech or whatever it may be, the fact that their personal favourite brand, i.e. Ducati, is now bringing out an NFT, they're like, what does that mean? Like, what is an NFT? Oh, is that crypto? You know, so it's almost like it's like a marketing campaign for Ducati. Count how many times I've said the word Ducati, and I've said it like 3 different times as well. Ducati, and whatever. But yeah, count how many times I've said Ducati in the past 2 minutes. But the fact that they're going to be giving that out to the owners, first of all, it's almost like a bit of a marketing campaign for NFTs and for crypto in general, but also just kind of to help kind of get people into the Web3 space in general. If you don't know about Web3, get to know it. It's very, very important that you know about Web 1, Web 2 and Web 3. And if you don't even know what I'm talking about, you need to basically, that's probably the best way I can put it. You need to know what I'm talking about. But yeah, so Web3 is huge. It's a huge driving force for the future of how we will interact online, etc. And yeah, I just think this might not seem like huge news, but to me, someone who kind of knows the background of both NFTs and this brand, I do think it is quite important. And I wanted to let you know about that. All right. That's me. I'm done. How many times did I say Ducati? Rewind it. I think it must have been about 11 or 12. But yeah, comment below if you care so much about that. Next then, it's not really news, but I thought this was quite an interesting tweet that CZ has posted today. So this picture was taken in 2015, right? So check this out. So on this 8th birthday of Ethereum, a little throwback to May 2nd, 2015 in Tokyo, just before Ethereum was officially born. How nuts is this, right? So CZ said that Vitalik, obviously the owner and creator of Ethereum, stayed in my apartment in Tokyo during his trip. He was already working on and talking about Ethereum non-stop, and I missed, i.e. didn't buy it, and it was a kind of miss of a lifetime. But then again, he says, if I had bought Ethereum back then, I might not have had the need to drive or start Binance. And basically the point he's trying to make here is if he invested in Ethereum at that early seed round phase, basically, he would have been rich beyond his wildest dreams, therefore wouldn't have had to create Binance and become a self-made billionaire that way. So absolutely mental. At the time he said, I was in between jobs. Life gives you not too many but multiple chances. Work hard, don't miss the second chances. And there's some OGs. I don't really know many of these guys' faces, but I'm sure they all look like they're probably billionaires now. They probably all invested in Ethereum at this chance. And yeah, they're all probably... well, I mean, these two guys in particular, like... these two in particular that I know of. Can anyone else tell me who any of these guys are? I feel like I recognise some of them. Recognise that guy, and I think I recognise that guy. But anyway, yeah, these are, I don't even know the net worth between these two, but multi billionaires since, well, 2015 is when it launched, but way before then, they were doing nothing in terms of making money, and now they're all self-made multi-billionaires. So in the space of kind of a few years. Not bad, eh? Not too bad. But anyway, the point, I guess, well, 2 points I wanted to show you this is how young Ethereum is and how young crypto is, but yet how rich these men have got in that space of time. And then secondly, the point he's making here as well is quite, it kind of hits home, it's quite important. Where is it? This part here. Life gives you not too many, but multiple chances. Work hard, don't miss second chances. And the reason I think that's important is because I missed crypto twice. 2013 and early 2017, I missed the opportunity to invest. I knew about it. I was surrounded by it. I was in the space to an extent where I knew someone closely enough who spoke about it and actively kind of spoke about it. But I passed on the chances and then finally get in on the third chance, and obviously the rest is history. But many people will give up on that chance and will never revisit it. I've spoke to so many people, so many clients, friends, whoever, who have done the exact same thing. Some people even earlier than I did. I know someone that passed on Bitcoin in 2010 and then didn't get involved until 2021. That's just insane to me. But again, life doesn't give you many chances, especially to make money in this world in a quick succession. In quick succession, yeah, that's the word I'm looking for. But yeah, I guess it's kind of the point I try and make quite a lot, whether I'm direct about it or not, is we're here to try and give you that chance, give you that second chance, maybe even that third or fourth chance. There's not going to be that many chances now, though. We're getting kind of near the end of you getting that second or third chance of missing it. And I'll wait until next time, or I'll wait until next month, or I'll wait next year. I'm trying to buy a house just now. I'm trying to get a house to flip or whatever it is. I'll get involved in crypto. It's like, that's fine. Look, just remember that I've given you the chance. I've given you the opportunity. I've provided the blueprint, I guess. I've got a 7-year kind of history or blueprint that you can follow if you want, if you really want to. I can teach you the ways. Join our Discord, come to one of our courses. I will give you that blueprint that you need, but I'm not always going to be here to give you that second, third, fourth chance, whatever it may be, because I've got stuff to do. I've got crypto to kind of invest in as well. I've got these chances to take and opportunities to take. Just because I've been doing it for 7 years doesn't mean that I don't get presented opportunity or presented chances that I can potentially just pass up on. Throughout the years, I've missed multiple chances throughout that as well in crypto, while still being in it, very much so. Missed opportunities on seed rounds, missed early investments, missed times to buy or invest in a coin and it pumps, whatever it may be. But again, I'm trying to kind of hit home here and talk to you is quite kind of direct to an extent, where I know that this tweet I'm showing you, right, it's a bit different. These guys were all actually with the owner and the creator of Ethereum, right? That's maybe a little bit different to the point I'm trying to make here, but not really. It's more about the chance that CZ had. CZ passed on the chance to invest, even though Vitalik was literally staying in his apartment at the time, but then obviously got invested at some point, but then still became his own self-made billionaire because of Binance and whatnot. But we potentially don't, well, we definitely don't have that opportunity unless any of you know a Vitalik that's in your life that you know is going to make a project like Ethereum, which, let's be honest, I can pretty much guarantee that you're not. I don't care if you're in Dubai or if you're in Thailand and you're at coffee with someone who tells you they have the next big coin. I've heard so many horror stories and friends who have unfortunately fell for that. There's a lot of scam people out there in Thailand and in Dubai as well who will meet you for a coffee or will openly talk about their new blockchain that they're releasing or their new project that they're releasing. Like, that's not really the opportunity that you need. The opportunity that you need is just to invest and learn yourself, get invested, spend time in the market, put money into the market and learn and digest. Get into early seed round investments if you can. They're not easy to do. I mean, they're almost impossible to do, but there is ways of doing it. That's what you need to do to become a self-made millionaire, billionaire, or even a self-made 100,000-aire. Is that even a thing? But whatever your goal is, whatever your kind of plans are, the point I'm trying to make here is you've got an opportunity and a chance. You don't have many. You're running out of chances, put it that way. So yeah, that was a bit longer than I expected it to be. But hopefully it hits home with a few of you. And I know I say it a lot, right? But I feel like that was more of a heartfelt message than telling you that you're an idiot if you don't invest. Usually that's the kind of the way I take it. I call you an idiot. I say you should be invested. If you're not invested, you should be. You're an idiot, blah, blah, blah. But that was more heartfelt. Now, don't get me wrong. I can't promise you riches. I cannot offer anything in terms of financial advice. Nothing I can give is financial advice. I'm just trying to give you some info and some experiences. It's up to you to obviously do what you want to do. I can't invest for you, and I never would. But yeah, anyway, that was quite deep, wasn't it? That was pretty deep. It must be the Prime. Again, this is sponsored by Prime. Thanks, Logan, for the sponsorship deal. Moving swiftly on to the last and final. Oh, again, I must make it clear. I think you need to do that on YouTube, actually. You can't just say, oh, this is sponsored by, because people will believe it. I'm not sponsored by Prime. I got it from Tesco because it was available and it was quite nice. So I thought I'd buy it. Anyway, the last part I want to show you here is, again, I don't know if I believe this or not, but I quite like the way it's laid out. And it's something that we spoke about last week with our Ultimate Crypto Fast Track course. We show something very similar to this. So again, apparently we are here. And this is just cycles of the markets, obviously. So bull cycles, bear cycles. I don't know. It says here the bull run begins. I don't know if I believe that or not. And look, Deck actually said this last week. This might be the start of the bull run, and we might not notice it until we look back in a year's time. But that's fine, because the bull to me is different than the bull to some people. I like when the bull is very much here and very much present. The start of the bull market is exciting, obviously, but it's still very skeptical, this kind of speculation phase. But anyway, this is a chart. It's pretty cool. It's over since 2012, all the way kind of over. So it's quite an accurate, I guess, or an averaged out chart, which is why I quite like it. I like the longer period charts because they're more accurate. But here we're saying the top of Bitcoin could be $250,000. I mean, don't get me wrong, technically, yes, it could get there based on chart behavior, but My personal targets are maybe not as high as that. I'm quite skeptical and quite optimistic with my prices in terms of, quite realistic, maybe that's a better word. I'm quite realistic, so I wouldn't aim as high as that. I'd be happy to take something around here, kind of 150 plus. It's quite nice. I quite like that, kind of double what we did last time. Anyway, that's not the point of what I'm trying to show you here. The point is well, I actually do agree with the fact I do think we've bottomed out for this market cycle, and I do think it's up only to an extent on the kind of macro scale. We will have ups and downs and dumps and whatnot, but overall, in a zoomed out perspective, I do believe that the bottom has been printed for Bitcoin, and it was printed at the very start of this year, kind of early last year, around the $15,000 mark. And yeah, I think it's kind of only up overall. Don't get me wrong. Don't think, oh no, but what if it goes to 20k tomorrow? I'm like, right, that's not really what I'm talking about. It might go to 20k, but I don't think it will, but it might. Again, but overall, on the longer scale, it's up only, in my opinion, until the next cycle. So, look, I could be wrong. I'm some crazy guy on the internet, so don't listen to what I say. Just watch what the charts do. Anyway, that's all from me. First of all, I want to thank you all for tuning in for today's episode. Like I said, hopefully the message I'm trying to put out today was helped, you felt helped by it. I know most of you are invested anyway, but please, if there's someone that you know, right, friend, family, someone you work with, someone you teach, whatever it may be, if you think that they need to see part of this video, probably the last kind of 15 minutes, share it to them. You can actually snip this video and share parts of it via YouTube. So yeah, please do. And it's not to help me. I don't benefit from anyone joining in crypto and investing in crypto. I don't benefit from that. I benefit from people knowing that they've taken my word on board and have managed to kind of make something of it. So that's why I ask, if you could, share this video, share it on Instagram, share it on Twitter, wherever you do your social media, share it. I'd really appreciate that. But anyway, apart from that, like I said, that's all from me today. If you do need anything else from me, I will be active in Discord throughout today and tonight, so you'll see it on your screen today. If you haven't joined, come on, get with the program. You know by now that you should be. You need help. You need help in crypto. You can't do it alone. Trust me, I've tried. And we're here, and so are everyone on the team and the community as well. We've got over 2,000 active members that do very much actively chat throughout the Discord and happy to help anyone. So look, there's a link in today's description for everything that you need from myself and Certified Crypto. So yeah, click it, join the crew. You won't be disappointed. I can guarantee. That's one thing I can guarantee, and one thing I can provide advice on. Joining the Discord, you will not be unhappy. You will only learn and only take positives from it. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow for another episode of Coffee and Crypto. I don't even know the name of my own show. I'll see you all tomorrow for another episode of Coffee and Crypto. My name's Don. Thanks again, like I said, for tuning in to today's video. Yeah,